Stop recording. All right, YouTube, we're gonna play some more Jeski, and I think if we're on the play, to be fair, you were probably more dead with the first hand. Yeah, but if I hit the second, all right, we'll keep this. A lot of lands. Well, even this land is like hand's not super great, but it's got lands and a way to interact early. All right, there's the elf. Okay. So do I have to hit this Llanowar elf to slow my opponent down? I kind of want to just shoot this Llanowar elf. I think I'm going to. Because, like, I just need to, like, buy myself time. And whatever, I'll take 2 from this J-Light Ranger for forever. Fine finality. So they have Swamp Memorial, and they kept Find on top. And then we're just going to jam this Crackling Drake and then get it Vivian'd. I'm going to puke. No play is nice. Okay, so this gets contempted. So we know they have Swamp, Find Finality, and 3 unknowns. All right, that's bad. God, they hit a Vivian. Man, Vivian just ruins. I just need to like play this Teferi and plus. Try to find something to get me out from underneath this. All right, well, there's a Clarion, which is kind of the start. There's a hope that a Carnage Tyrant doesn't come down. They played their Swamp. They're putting a card from exile into their hand. So they're going to play the Vivian. All right, and they hit a Jade Light Ranger. So they have Find, Karn, Jade Light Ranger. Now they're just going to find back both of their creatures. Yeah, you can have a Llanowar Elf. Oh. So, Overgrown Tomb in hand. They keep this Choop. They kept Choop too. God. And it's just Choop Choop. There's a Woodland Cemetery, so they play their Llanowar Elf. So now they got lethal on the board. One, two, three, four, five, six. How do I win? Because I can go Teferi, tuck this. And that just like likely doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna play this Teferi and tick it up. Because I don't think I'm gonna win the game by just tucking this Jade Light Ranger, especially with this thing getting ready to go off here. All right. And like I do understand that I had to get like extremely lucky there to not just die on the spot. There, okay, so they're getting rid of that with Vraska's Contempt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need like an opt. An opt kind of keeps me in it as long as they don't add to the board. Because I go like opt, kill this, shoot this thing. The Druid of the Cow is not good though. This was black green. Black green's got a good nut draw. Like they all get +2/+2. All right, let's hit a Deafening Clarion like a professional. Okay. So we had to hit Deafening Clarion and to wipe their board, and then just hopefully they don't do anything next turn so that we can maybe play like, I don't know. We were so far behind there that it was tough to just like try and tread water. Okay. So we want the stars. I don't really like Niv at all, but I'll keep one because you need a Niv to win the game. The removal spells are okay. I kind of need enough ways to, I need more ways to win. I kind of like boarding out Search for Azcanta. I know in Arlax's article he did that. He boarded out searches because it didn't impact the board and it makes their Vivian better. If I was going to do that, I would just bring in these 2 negates and probably keep 1 Crackling Drake. Maybe on the play I can go like this. Well, I mean, he boarded it out. And, like, the card that bodies me is Vivian. So the argument is just to not worry about it. But he sideboarded out like Chemister's Insights too, which I don't really. The more I play this matchup, the more I think it's important to just impact the board. I kind of like all of these on the play. I'm just so lost against this deck here because it changes so much. All right, we have the Syncopates. I'm going to keep one Crackling Drake. I'm going to board the Crackling Drake out on the draw. I'll probably board the Syncopates out on the draw too and just bring in 2 Negates. All right, I would like to play first. I would like to mulligan. I would like to keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. Not super great against a like an aggressive start or a disruptive or like a discard spell, but you know, we can't really have it all on a mulligan. Hopefully this expansion fixes us up here. We're going to pretty much scry anything that's not a land to the bottom, I think. We might keep a Surge, which, you know, the card we wanted to board out. I should be playing Death Shadow. Okay, they're kept. We're going to keep as well. Oh, it's so good. Keep that on top. 2 draws plus this to find a land. I like it. I like it. Like, I mean, I think the deck's good. Oh, dude, Shadow is so good at the moment. Maybe we just need all of our 2-for-1s. Because land, land, land. I'll put it on the bottom. Because I need this right here. Okay, so there's an elf. Yield through this turn. Now, do I duress back here? This expansion is not going to get any better. This is like not soon. So I'm just going to hit this. Oh man, what a whiff. Gross. I think Dredging Humans on mid range. No, you're favored against blue-white. You're not. They hit a land too. What a tilt. Let's just do this to slow them down. Yeah, you're actually ahead against blue-white now that they moved away from Supreme Verdict. Gosh. Yield through this turn. So that's not the land they had, right? They played this. That double Doom Whisperer is going to be rough. I don't really know what it's going to take to win. Like it's going to take like a Teferi into something here. The fact that they like curved out their lands is going to make it tough too. The only matchup that I don't like playing against when I play Death Shadow is, okay, so they did play the wrong end, is I really don't like playing against Hardened Scales. Yeah, I mean, we just have to counter this. I have to find some sort of, I can't just let things resolve. I gotta find answers. I gotta hit like a Teferi off the top. I get destroyed. Like, I'm also not like a massive fan of like I'll probably end up playing Leyline in Baltimore. It's much better if you would play with Leyline. All right, there's the Carney boy. Yeah, so if you play with 4 ley lines, it's certainly much better. Jeez. I have to like talk to somebody about this matchup because like I don't think that from this side of the board you're supposed to lose this matchup. And maybe it's because I just like because I had like a Vivian covered. Maybe I wasn't supposed to expansion. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. But they could have like such other bomb cards. Yeah, Jessica's favorite, but I'm struggling here. And I think I even worked my like those 2 games were not close. But yes, but my opponent's draws continue to be very good. All right, keep this. All right, here's another test. Yield until next end step. What do you do for a living, E? No, I'm an industrial hygienist. Well, I mean, I get that, Yanko. Like, and I think that there's something that I am doing wrong, and I don't know what that is. Because, like, honestly, I've felt pretty decent across the board, except for the black-green matchup. And I don't think that that's how it should be. But no, I'm an industrial hygienist. I live in Washington, D.C. No, we were on the draw. Let's just do this. I could sit on this Nova, but I would like to have this Nova be the main deck Carney T answer. It also kind of makes their draws a little ugly, potentially. All right, so they draw that. Though the pacing of this game feels better here. Oh yeah, this is game 1, yeah. I just lost to black-green in the match. So I'm just going to play this Clifftop Retreat and counter something or opt. If they play like they play something like Injustice Strike, I think I'm gonna let it resolve. Okay. It's like I need a land, but I would like another blue source. But I think it's greedy to put this on the bottom. All right, we're just gonna play this. I kind of just want to jam this Teferi. Because they would need like untap. They need like Vraska's Contempt into Vivian to really punish me. Yeah, I'm just gonna jam this Teferi. And this is like, if this is wrong, then I need someone to like to tell me that it is, because this is what I want to do here. So why don't you do it, Yamko? Like, you just sit without being able. It's not like I can really do very much more with my mana. You know, like I can't like cycle this. I can't do a lot more with it. I feel like if I don't play this Teferi, then I'm not progressing my board state. So like, is that worth not progressing the board state? Like if I had this Chemister's Insight in my hand, I wouldn't have played Teferi. Crawlhound Proner. Okay. Oh, so this is a different version of the deck. All right, nice. So what am I doing? It could be Brennan's list. This has been running around. It's like a Molderholt version of this deck. 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to just like Lava Coil, but no, I think we're just gonna play land and go. Then we're either gonna counter something, because our Teferi's not gonna die. We're either gonna counter something or draw 2 cards, and we might get to do both. I think we're just gonna like take the shot. Teferi goes to 1. We counter something. We draw cards, and then we can clear the board and keep our Cleansing Nova. All right, well now we have our cake. Oh shoot, I should have drawn a card. That was a pun. Should have drawn a card first. That was stupid. That was stupid. Should have activated my Teferi. I think I want this. They just scoop it up. Okay. Now this black-green deck is different. Negate's not good because they're mostly creatures. So if this is the Molder Hulk build, which I think it is, then I have no idea how to sideboard against this deck. I don't really like Syncopate on the draw, though Syncopate is so good against Molder Hulk that I'll probably keep it. I want Lava Coil because they're going to have a lot of Midnight Reapers. I like Star of Extinction against normal black-green, but I don't think it's quite as good here. Every time I play this deck, they brought in Thrashing Brontodon, so I'm going to cut these. I think I'm just going to bring in these 2 stars and call it. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. I think this matchup's harder than the regular black-green deck because they just cycle, like when they just start looping Molder Hulks, it's just like, yeah, the game is just over. It's tough. Like, they can power through so much. Like, I think I need to, like, to win this matchup, the games that I've won, I've, like, swept the board into a Teferi and then played Teferi and rode Teferi to victory. And this hand's too slow, I think. I have no interaction. I'm just gonna get like, if they play a Midnight Reaper, I just can't win. All right, we've got at least something going on here. Put this in the bottom. We just need to hit lands now. All right, we're hitting lands. Well, every time I play against this deck, they bring in Brontodon. There's that Wild Boy. See the way it would look nice right now. So I can shock myself to give me the option to Sinister Sabotage something next turn. Maybe this is like not necessarily that version of the deck. Because I would like to Justice Strike, or because I need to keep the board, without a sweeper I need to keep the board under control. Because like I want to be able to insight on 4, and if the board's out of control, then I can't insight on 4. So I'm just going to pay. If they punish me here and don't play a creature, then like that's whatever. At least we're still at the same board position. And if they duress me, that's all right as well. This is are you talking about what I'm playing or what my opponent's playing? I took it from a 5-0 and I just basically added a couple. I took what I liked about Andy's deck, or Zach Allen's deck, and I just kind of put it together with this deck. So I think I'm just going to deal with this, because without a sweeper, I would like to try to keep the board under control so that I can safely insight on 4. And like sweeper's not even that good. I'm going to Baltimore. Tannen. I don't know if that's right to do or not, but I want to keep this board under control. I want to hit a blue land, tilt. That gives away what we drew, but so I want to try to keep things under control here. Yeah, I'm going to play Death Shadow. I should be playing Death Shadow right now, but I feel so much further behind in Standard than I do in Modern. Wow, no plays from my opponent. That's insane. I mean, they might have been able to wanted to hold their play in order to be able to like fight with me on my insight turn. Which if they did, it's a good play to do. Potentially, we'll have to talk as we get closer to the event, Tannen. Let that go. All right, so now we can get our insight off, which is nice. All right. Try to figure out where you're staying. There's no one else from BCW's coming up? So I think I'm just going to take the damage here, insight again, and then maybe like Lava Coil this. Oh my god, there is a god. I'm going to ditch this land so that we can cast Niv. It's either this or this Lava Coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's just get this. Keep this Lava Coil in case we need it. All right. Ross, we just get no touch over there. That's, someone messed that up. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, now we're pretty soft to Carnage Tyrant number 2, but we can hopefully explosion our way out of that. Like, we explosion for 3. So hopefully there's just not another Tyrant. Looks like there's another Tyrant. Smells like a Carnage Tyrant. God. What a reasonable Magic card. Deal. Doesn't change anything. Because I don't have like an edict or anything. So I need like a Star of Extinction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I think we're just sitting in the water. Okay, so this is a bit of a different deck than I thought we were doing here. Begin sideboarding. So I kind of want my searches now. I'm on the play, so all of my counter magic gets better. I'm not like super interested. Like, I kind of want to cut these 3 cards, but maybe that doesn't leave me with enough to win, and I'll eventually get Carnage Tyranted out of the game. I actually surprisingly like Crackling Drake more than I like Niv in this matchup because it can actually trade with a Carnage Tyrant in some spots. I'm definitely cutting a Niv. Lava Coil did nothing. Well, Lava Coil has its spots, but here it probably doesn't need all of them. Because like they bring in Midnight Reaper sometimes, can help hit Wild Growth Walker. You should be able to see it on the Cardboard Live there, Johnny Redeemed. I think we're gonna go like this. The Crackling Drakes aren't as open to getting Vivian'd on the play, so they're a little bit better. Want to be able to deal with Wild Growth Walker if we need to, and Midnight Reaper. So I think this is what we're gonna do. The creatures aren't that good. Like the creatures aren't great because if like these decks are starting to evolve to keep in Chupacabra and all my creatures fly. And again, Seal Away is not good for the same reason. Ugh, gross. I have double Teferi on the play if I hit a blue land. I need to hit lands anyways. So I have to, like, this is interesting because like I have to hit lands anyways to be able to play Magic. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 blue lands in my deck. Which seems low for playing Sinister Sabotage. If they duress me, I have 2 Teferis. My mana works. Hey, Tim. I'm going to keep. Yield through this turn. All right. If we're not going to hit a blue land, that's our next best hit. Okay, save a Woodland Cemetery. Yes. Oh my god, we're going to be able to go Teferi tick up into Syncopate also. Yeah, I thoroughly disagree there, Twin Jemmy. Like, it helps you with Fine Broker loops. You can tick your Teferi up and then Syncopate a Vivian, which is one of the cards that beats you. Like, I think Syncopate's good. And I think you just don't want to be soft to Vivian. Like, Vivian's already so good against you that I think you want to just try to make that, try to fix that. All right, we are going to counterspell this. Because this thing is like, I don't want them to draw 2 cards. All right, $1 million question. If I Deafening Clarion this then there's a much higher chance that my Teferi lives next turn. Because if they add anything to the board, then my Teferi doesn't do anything next turn. And I have 2, but the problem is that I'm just right back into the same issue. Like, I'm tempted to just Clarion in order to make sure that my Teferi lives next turn. We don't know anything about their hand. Because if they put 3 power on the board, then I'm just like, I'm in trouble. Make them use a card, they can't kill it through combat. The problem with holding it is what are we doing? You know, because if I hold this, if they play a 3 mana, if they put 3 power on the board next turn, then I'm just treading weight with my Teferi. But if we draw another Clarion, it's another answer to Carnage Tyrant. All right, we're going to do it because we have an out. It's going to help us give an out to Carney T. And if they don't put something else on the board, then it's just like the best of both worlds. Yes, but you can't tick down if there are 2 creatures on the board. That's the issue. Because if I put... All right, this is kind of the start of something good here. Because now they need, like, Midnight Reaper. Because I want to keep my Teferi around. I took my Clarion. Don't put a 3-power creature on the board. Don't do it. All right, draw 2 lands. Draw 2 lands. Come on. Son of a bitch. Ditch that. They keep Find on top. That's not a horrible play. They have land Vivian. It's pretty bad, but besides that, we're in good shape. Yeah. I'm going to play this Crackling Drake and hope that they don't have a Vivian. All right, well, a card that helps us come back is this card here. We'll take this. All right, now we just go Teferi, tick up. To go land Finality. I'm in a bit of trouble. I kind of want to just tuck this. Now I don't know what to do. I should have thought of this. Because if I just tuck this, or I can just look to get my card, And if they go land Finality, then I play my other Teferi and I tuck the Jade Light Ranger. So we just plus. No, because if I tuck it and they have a Vraska's Contempt, which is a pretty real option for them to have, then they just contempt this attack. Yeah, I'm just not going to block this. Puts our Teferi to 1. They played a forest. Oh, they only had 4 lands. God, I'm so stupid. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, nice. So now I can just go Clarion, copy my Clarion. That's pretty loose to Carnage Tyrant, though. Have I played a land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play a land. Three, 4, 5, 6. Put 2 +1/+1 counters, and then it gets -4, -4. So if I hit this, my God, this is like just agonizing. I could just like Explosion for 1,000,000 and then try to figure it out from there. I can also go Teferi, Tuck plus Clarion next turn. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hold set. Because what they're going to do... The problem is if I just clear the board, then I'm just stone cold dead to like a Carnage. Like I don't have any answer to a Carnage Tyrant. They put 2 cards on top. Now I'm like, now there's Chupacabra. This is going at me. I guess now I just expansion this. It's going to keep my Teferi around. Draw 3 cards, 4 cards. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go Teferi. I can still survive 2 hits from a Carnage Tyrant. Nice. One, two, three, four, five. I'm just gonna Nova. Like, they're going to then be able to find, but I have time to deal with that. I get to untap, draw 2 cards, and then I get to draw more cards to try to find an answer to Carnage Tyrant, of which I have 3 Clarions, 1 Expansion Explosion, and 2 Star of Extinctions for outs to that. They're going down on life totals. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Like we can expansion for 6, 7 next turn. Plus this. Go here, go here. Here comes Carnage Tyrant. That works as well. That's okay. A little annoying that they can find back the Plague Crafter. Hey, Silly Boy. Here, buddy. Targeting Plague Crafter and Doom Whisperer. Okay. Okay, we hit Justice Strike. Jeez. One, two, three. Just pass, ditch a land. He's okay. We're waiting for, as soon as his medicine's worn off, I have to probably take him OUT here in a second. Nullhide Ferox. All right, that is worth counterspelling. I mean, we can just kill it with a Justice Strike also. Okay, so there's Deafening Clarion. So I'm just going to use this. Get rid of this thing. And then I can play Teferi and Crackling Drake to protect from the Edict. Star is nice as well, so to not time out. I hope I didn't play a land, because if I didn't, I just punted horribly. Get rid of this. We might run out of ways to win here, but like we're just going to do this right. Like we have a Niv left in our deck, and we're going to be able to start ripping through and finding it. Okay, there's our Niv. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to play this. They don't have a Chupacabra in their hand. No, I kind of have to wait. I kind of have to wait till I have a counter spell to play this Niv-Mizzet. So we're just gonna pass. Was my opponent just dead? I was like playing. I was playing quickly. And could I just killed them? There. Like, I was worried about them having like a removal spell or something. All right, let's go here. And I'm going to ditch a Deafening Clarion. Okay, let this go. I'm going to draw 2 more cards. Was it? Still 25 cards left in my library. All right, we hit a counterspell. Okay, so now we play Niv. Play Niv. Play my land. I already did. I'm gonna hit this in their upkeep. Ditch this. Ditch this. Should be good now. My dog is well trained when it comes to food and begging. She never does it. But I just made bacon. Dude, bacon, there are always exceptions for bacon. I think we won. There was a while there I did not think I was going to win this game. You got that stream MTGO clock. I got that. I'm not very good at standard clock. All right. All right. I took you-know-who OUT at 6:30. I think I've got to take my dog OUT. So let me put this run back here. And then I will be right back here with the rest of the league. All right. Be right back. 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so. Okay, we're back. Jump in here for another one. We have a list. It's in the, you should be able to see it in the Cardboard Live app. Yeah, I really want to play this deck because like I own these cards for the most part. And I can get a hold of them. And I don't know, I just really like Teferi. And I think the supporting cast is good. Like I think that Niv has its points where Niv is like the most dominant card in Standard. There's some matchups where Deafening Clarion is like one of the better cards in Standard. I just have to figure out, you know, what's going on with these other supporting cards here. Okay. All right. Oh gosh. It's pretty poor against a really aggressive deck, but besides that, it's okay. And I think you just have to keep hands like this. Like if you've got double red, I think that one of these mountains has to become an island, though. All right, Syncopate's a nice draw. I just copied this mana base, and I think that it needs more red. Thunderherd Migration, revealing Thrashing Brontodon. I have no idea what this deck looks like, but it's probably throwing around quite a few Banefires. All right, that's good. All right, yield through this turn. And I'm also starting to think that maybe these Sinister Sabotages are too cute in this list. Thunderherd Migration, okay. There's black. Oh, I should have copied that. That was stupid. God damn it, I should have just copied that. Oh, that was a punt. Every cost, it costs more than one blue. It's too cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to get Carnage next turn. I should have copied that. Then I'd have ramped myself. Been in good shape. What about Expansion Explosion? Just please Carnage Tyrant me. Nice. If I had to have my head out of my ass and expansion that, I could have played Teferi, which is just something that I have to work on also, knowing when I can expansion. Yeah, dude, there's that Carney boy. Okay, so I'm going to board the same way I board against black-green. Maybe just less negates. They likely have Vivian. So let's bring these stars in. They easily could have Ixalan's Binding. I kind of want to cut my search for Azcanthus if they're playing Thrashing Brontodon. Justice Strike probably isn't good because all of their creatures are X4s or like X+1. Ripjaw Raptor and the like. I wonder if like Deafening Clarion's even that good. Because all of their creatures are bigger than X4 and all have enrage triggers. Is that crazy? Like, what if we sideboard into just like mono flyers, and then on the play we can try and deal with, we can just be cognizant of Vivian and just try to body Vivian. The problem is that Deafening Clarion with Expansion Explosion does deal with whatever the dumb card is. Carnage Tyrant. Shalai's in here just so that we don't get Bane fired out of the game because they're likely to be like a treasure map Bane fire kind of deck, I think. I'm gonna try this. Because like their whole deck's full of probably like Brontodons, Ripjaw Raptors. So I don't think the Clarions are that good. And I think they're gonna struggle to deal with like a Lyra. I would like to play first. Yep, we'll keep this. We can syncopate a Thunderherd Migration. We just got to draw some lands. Okay, Woodland Cemetery. Yield through this turn. Land. I also wonder if 25 lands is enough, but you got 4 ops. I kind of just want to counter this. Even though I can deal with it, like I think that there's a chance that this is their only other way to produce mana. And then I can hit like a, if I draw a land, I can hit a Thunderherd Migration. What do they do with this? They put a card on the bottom. I'm going to go with their, I think their land life. The leading off with this is kind of like a bit of a show of weakness. All right, they had a Rootbound Craig. All right, there's an elf. Yield through this turn. Show me land. Nice. So now we got a Ripjaw Raptor covered. Going to counter anything they do here because it's going to let me scry. All right, so now we're just gonna not get hold off Carnage Tyrant for a turn. Okay. I kind of want to just Insight main phase to hit my land drop. But being able to go counterspell something, plus potentially tuck this Teferi, if we hit a land drop next turn is pretty important. And if we get to counterspell, we get to look for a land. So I think I'm just going to take this shot. Counter anything my opponent does here. Okay. So that probably takes Teferi. At least now my Crackling Drake can trade with this Ripjaw Raptor. That's something kind of cool, is that the Sabotagers can help power up the Raptor. A little weak to like a Savage Punch, but just hope they didn't leave that in. Yield through this turn. Yield through this turn. Lava Coil. All right. All right, let's see if we can hit a blue land. Yield through this turn. Yield through this turn. Oh my gosh. I can bring back my Teferi. Put on the bottom. This is gross. Finally, someone played. Yeah. So I just had to follow there. Grix Leader, Civil Mass, Old Mac, if you guys are still in the chat, thank you very much. I had a couple other ones that I missed, but all right, let's ditch. It's probably just this Search for Azcanta. Or this Deafening Clarion. Yeah, let's just get rid of this Deafening Clarion. All right, you got to miss. Just miss, dude. Come on. All right, that kind of counts as a miss. That counts as a miss, totally does. Okay. We kind of have to hold up our insight next turn because if they go tuck my Lyra, then I need to took my counterspell. Okay. Because if they tuck my Lyra, I need to be able to bring it back. So let's just go play this search. I'm going to hit for 5 because they're just going to tuck it with Teferi, which I assume is what they're bringing back. Pads our life total also. Yeah. Okay. It's probably a land. There's not much they would hold anything for. Oh, yes. Come on, Baneslayer Angel. Come on, Baneslayer Angel. Are you playing a lot of Jeski, some modern sometimes? Oh, hang on a second. You're playing the modern RPG. No, I'm not. Oh my god, an Ixalan's Binding. Vomit. Okay. I'm not playing the modern IPTQ. I don't get why people are so against it right now. Are your glasses tinted or is that just light? They're tinted. They're computer glasses. Oh, modern. Yeah, I was going to attack with my Lyra as long as we're on the same page, Andy. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my best bet is to hit a Teferi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So play this, leave my double white open. Search. That does not do it. Gross. Gross. Man, we are getting beat up today. It's like, I don't know if it's like... Hopefully we win 3 in a row. Get a little bit more feel better. But like, what have I been doing wrong? Like, I think I missed my land drops in the control mirror, which cost me a game. Oh, I hate the Izzet Drakes. I hate the Izzet Drakes deck now because it seems like you have to play Electromancer. And I just hate Electromancer so much. But might give it a whirl at some point. I was on the draw in an aggro mirror, or an aggro matchup, which I think cost me. I think if I won the play, I win that. Alright, we'll keep this hand. We got an opt, smooth things out. Alright, we're going to need that opt. Need a white land. Here. Nice. Play this. We can curve right into our Crackling Drake as well. Okay. We're just not waiting. We get 2.5. We get 2.5 cards out of this, which is fine. What is going on, Moto? Red, white, 1. Okay, so this is like Jeremy Desani's list. Jeez, that's a lot of histories. That is a lot of histories. I don't even feel like the Crackling Drake stops anything because it just doesn't trade. It's like, do I have to just like take 12 and tuck the history? Am I Teferi, or do I look for another Deafening Clarion? Three outs. I probably have to like play this Drake and then tuck this history. I don't think I can block either. Heroic reinforcements. So 5. This is 14. All right, so now we need Blah. Blah. Jeez. We get better after sideboard, which is nice. So we want all of our little creatures, want the Invoke, Seal Aways, Lava Coils. I also like Negates, but we don't like these. Don't like these. Don't like these. And I actually like Negate better than Sinister Sabotage for counter spells. Just want to kind of like slow down. Oh yeah, Lava Coil's in there for sure. mean, we got blown out that bad. They didn't even have an Adanto. What a beating. Maybe Niv is better than Teferi. So I have a Clarion and I've got a Lava Coil. Like, we need lands. But I don't think you can throw this back. Heal through this turn. Gross. Yeah, Giant Battle is just not good enough for constructed Magic. All right, we get cracked. All right, give me a land. All right, we're going to get this Adanto off the battlefield. Come on, sir, play a creature. Just means I'm going to get heroic. Oh my god. God, that's so gross. Oh my gosh. Return to details. All right, let's play the last match of the league here. Let my opponent know to not scoop it up. I don't know. I keep hearing that this is the best deck, and I don't know if I'm playing it poorly or what. But man, am I getting just absolutely stomped. No, I usually steer clear from the mono red decks unless they're really good. Like I played Chain Whirler right when it came out, mono red, and played red black for a while. No, I usually play Thoughtseize decks in Modern. Pretty much exclusively. That's what I like to play. I think that it's tough to play a random assortment of decks in Modern because there's so much crap that goes on in that format that if you don't like, if you don't like it, then you're going to get run over. All right, we'll keep this. From the bottom, he lands. Heal through this turn. Hey, how's it going, Teddy? Yeah, well, I usually post all of my streams on my YouTube channel, which you can find below. So if you would like to see some of that, then it is available for you. No, we want this land. Get that F2 on. What's his name did? Tim Schultz did. The man, the myth, the legend. All right, we hit a land. So we're going to slam this Crackling Drake. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Deal. Okay. No. Oh, shoot. Should have been that. All right, let's find a blue land. Okay. Bin that. And now we're just going to jam this Niv. You're Grixis leader. Okay, so we're playing against Drakes. All right. 1, 2. This is 2, so no. Ditch this. We can get this thing off the battlefield and hold up a negate. God, Niv is like, when Niv is good, it is good. All right, let's draw our card. I'm just going to negate this. Okay, let's go to that. I'm going to write to him to not concede as I am. Don't scoop as I am dead for cash. Okay, so this matchup, I like Niv, I like Lyra, I like Binding. Sometimes they bring in Firemind's Foresight or whatever it is. The card that locks. Can't think of the name of it. the card that the Sorcerer Spyglass. Then I want some other cards too, but cards I don't want the Nova. I don't want the Clarion. I don't really like Syncopate on the draw. I don't really like Expansion Explosion because it's just kind of slow. It's like Seal Away is good. Justice Strike isn't that great as it only deals with Teferi, or only deals with Niv. I could see going like this. You know, Seal Away is not even that great against the deck. Like Seal Away is good, but it's not great because sometimes they just like, even if you're Seal Awaying a bird, a Phoenix, like you're down, you're likely down cards on that trade, and they're just grinding you out. I don't really like these. I kind of like negates. Just being able to negate like the spells that they're bringing in, or just harass their like. I like to just be able to counter like cantrips. Might be too slow on the draw, but I'm gonna try it. I think Explosion is just like they have so many ways to punish that expensive sorceries, whether it's like Spell Pierce or something like that for sideboard. Maybe that's an argument for cutting down on Teferis also. Yeah, they don't make modal cards like they used to. Okay, so we have a way to deal with an Electromancer, then a counterspell, and then we got like a couple bombs. So I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna kill an Electromancer on sight. Just a tormenting voice. They ditched the beacon bolt. Okay. It also, I like in these mirrors. Sometimes you can counter this tormenting voice. I'll turn off all yields because we might want to go end of turn opt. I think we're still just looking for lands. I don't think we need this. Insight's not bad. Now we're definitely looking for lands. Let me find out where my dog is. Give me a second. Oh, he's sleeping by the door. He's gonna be like, man, where'd you go, Phil? I'm going to be pretty liberal with this counterspell, I think. And they don't have anything to do it on, okay? Now I'm just going to shock myself. Well, no, I'm not going to shock myself. I have a black lab. This is a picture of him when he was a puppy. Right there. That's when I first was using for taking him to the bathroom when I was streaming. But he's much bigger now. He's actually right behind me. Plays island. think I'm going to counter this. So I'd like to save this insight to be able to use with my Niv. I think I gotta put that on the bottom because we need to just make sure we get to Niv. I'm gonna slam this Lyra because they need more spells to get it with Beacon Bolt, anyways. And if they're like they can't row me. And this like a way for this deck to beat up on to beat the Drake's matchup is kind of to get aggressive. They're gonna Niv me. Nope, deal. Okay, come on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we just play this. And now even for my opponent to have enough mana to deal with this, I'm a shipyard. I used to have them. Daughters. 10 years. What's the one? So do this. I need to hit a land. Because if I go Lava Coil, no, because then I'm going to draw a card from their, whatever it is, from their dive down here. So I draw response to the dive down. And this right here is what I hate about the Drake's deck, is that I feel like the Drake's deck is trying to go bigger. And I feel like sometimes that you're just a dog to this. What is going on here? I'm going to target this again so that I can kill it with the insight. If they go to dive down here. Okay. And then I think we're just going to insight for more lands. I just feel like you're a dog because like you're just trying to play their game, and I think they do it better. Which is what I always hate. Like I think always the best way to beat the control decks is just to stay low to the ground and beat up on them. No, there's no problem. They did have a pretty clunky game 1 draw. Yeah, we're pretty lax here. We don't really get that uppity. So I think my opponent's dead. Because we have a million ops here. Mismatch ops. What card holder gave me? Yeah, so unless they have a counter spell, they are actually just dead. Just binding this. Okay. Go here. This draws, and then I've got 2 more ops. So my opponent's dead. We'll scoop them up because we just go, we kill this, like we let this trigger resolve here, and then we go op, shoot them for 2, op, shoot them for 2, and kill them. So, oh gosh, we got worked today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's concede match. And let's just go back, talk about the deck a little bit, and then I'm likely going to call it for the day. I think I'm actually in the pits when it comes to tickets, as gross as that is. I haven't been in the pits since I started playing Standard. What a beating. So what do we go? We went 4 and 6 today. All right, what is going on? Moto's freaking out. Okay. So I went 4 and 6 today. Let me pull from the list that I pulled this deck from. Yeah, this right here was the list that I played. And I basically just changed like 2 or 3 cards. Like I guess I can stop my recording now while I talk.